Amazon feedback in general, what we've found, this is based on our experience, and Kat, you're welcome to chime in on this, but for us at least, very few sellers typically leave feedback, somewhere around about 5% for us. So one of the reasons that we wanted to talk about this is that makes any kind of feedback that's left, very, very important. So every feedback counts. I mean, what would you say you get as far as your feedback? What's your percentage?
I was going to say that 5% seems a little bit high to me, but I think you're absolutely on the right track. Feedback on Amazon is just not as standard. I think eBay is the venue that brought the feedback into the public perception, and people that buy on Amazon don't want to be bothered.
Huge.
So I would say mine's probably around 3%.
About 3. I was thinking of something too that leaves an idea. Like, would you do things to solicit feedback, or would you not do things to solicit feedback?
I never solicit feedback.
Me neither.
Typically, my thought is they have bought their item, they have got their item, they're happy, they want to go on their way. I'm not going to bother them.
I agree. That's the same thing. Yeah, we never solicit it. We'll only deal with it if we get negative feedback, which occasionally happens. We'll talk about that as we go forward with this. But I guess really the bottom line, though, is you have to pay attention to your feedback. We literally are looking in Seller Central it's always up all the time. So if we're on a computer, we're looking at it. And if you see any negative feedbacks, which, by the way, we define negative feedback as also neutral feedback. Negative feedback for us is anything that drops your total percentage score down. Then we'll address it and kind of find out what happened and go through a whole process. But the thing is that there really are ways to improve the amount of quality of your feedback, and some of that is things like managing your product descriptions and making sure that you are very careful with how you ship items in. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into that. And then if you do get negative feedback, there's also ways to really go about eliminating that feedback, and you can learn how to do that. And we'll just give you some simple strategies for that. Okay.
Hey, Danny, when you said you address anything that lowers your score, you address anything less than a 5. So if I left to a 4, I would get a contact from you?
Well, a 4 won't actually lower your score. So
right, that's what I was wondering.
So anything 3 or below is what we're gonna like really pay attention to. Neutral feedback also hurts you, right? It, drive your feedback percentage down below 100%. If you are at 100%, which we haven't been at for a long time, even though we keep trying to get there. And 30-day track is now at 100%, but it's just hard. I think long-term something to know, too, is, and I don't know if it's your experience too, Kat, but it is really hard to maintain 100% feedback on Amazon, almost harder than eBay, I think. I still got 100% feedback on eBay, but I sell a lot more on Amazon anyway.